Hello students, this is Veena, Assistant Professor in the Department of English, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I am here to talk about the introduction to the communication skills and communication process. You all know the importance of communication. Though you have a lot of knowledge, though you have exposure to many ideas, though you have lot of innovative skills inbuilt in you, but when are they exposed? How are they projected in front of the society is more important. All that can happen only through the communication. Only when you speak, only when you expose your ideas of expression, thought and skill, no one else will understand that. So, to become efficient and expertise in your professional skills, you need to open out and tell your ideas or your thoughts or show your innovations to the world. That is where you will communicate to the world and make yourself present to others. So, your presentation can happen through your communication skills. So, today's topic which we are going to talk is about the importance of communication skills and its process. Let us get started. What is communication? Communication is basic need which every human being has to acquire and also start. Without communication, your needs will not be catered. All your things, whatever you want to achieve, all your entities which you all aspire will be fulfilled only when you open your mouth and express to your people or to any other person when you want to get successful in that particular field. So, what is communication? It is the basic need of every organization and every individual. Before organization, it is the basic need of every individual. It is very important to express your thought, your view, what you think, what you want to do. Only when you express it out and tell others what is that which is making you feel interested or what is that you are feeling bad or sad, all your moods, all your expressions will be understood to the other person only through the way of communication. That is the reason communication is playing the vital role in today's world. And in this technological world, which is very fast moving and where there is no time for any individual, so effective communication skills are the most important entity to make you or to project yourself in this global market. Now, communication requires that all parties have an area of communicative commonality. That is, in your organization, you must be having one commonality of communication. In a place like India, we are having so many languages, regional languages, and again to the regional languages, we have different dialects. Now, how is that we are going to manage the communication while doing the effective communication skills? How is that possible? It is only possible with the commonality. When you have a language in common, then it will be serving your needs of understanding each other. For example, in any organization, we find a person from North India, we find a person from South India, from East, from West. They all have different regional languages and they don't know each other's regional language. Then how is that you are going to work together? How is that you are going to make it successful of making your projects, making your any kind of work possible? It is only possible when you choose one common language, one common platform to make each other understand. That is, maybe here we use English language. English language is known to be the international language, which is helping all the people over the world to stand on the common platform and communicate with each other in understanding, in exchanging the information and ideas. So therefore, English communication skills are the most important communication skills on this global platform, which every professional has to learn and also have to get expertise with. So therefore, it is very important to have proper communication skills, and in that proper communication skills, you need to excel with LSRW skills. I repeat, LSRW skills, that which is listening, speaking, reading and writing. Listening is the input, what you listen from others and understand. Speaking is the output, what you will deliver your understanding to the others or provide information to the others. Again, reading is the input, which you gain confidence with and which you understand the language barriers. And writing is the output where you can project your ideas in the form of written context. So, LSRW skills will help you in effective communication skills and make you good in the communication process. Communication is nothing but exchanging the information on the common platform with a common language. Now, there are auditory means such as speech, song, tone of voice. Now, while communicating, we have three aspects of speaking. What is that? One is speech. That is, you talk to communicate to others. You talk to give information to the others. You talk to give your suggestions to the others. Next, song. You can sing, isn't it? It is very good. When you cannot talk something, you can sing such that others will understand your mode of expression. Next, tone of voice. How the tone of voice changes? If you are happy, it will be different. If you are sad, it will be different. The tone of voice will project your mood and your expression. So, these three elements will help you in your communication to project or to present your idea of thoughts. Next, there are non-verbal means. Can communication happen only through verbal means? That means only through speech, only through song, only through the mood or the tone of the voice? No. Communication can also happen through non-verbal tone. How? How is that possible? Now let us see. Body language. Can you express your thought through body language? Of course, without talking, seeing the position, the way you make your body move or give symbolic representation through your body, it is also speaking or communicating the same. Next, sign language. Sign language is also one form of non-verbal communication. Next, paralanguage. Paralanguage is the one who can not talk or have some disability. They'll be also having their own language to communicate to others. Next, touch. This every human being on this earth will understand and maybe known. What is that? Touch. A mother's touch when the baby is born. How will the baby recognize? It is through the touch he will identify the mother. So that is also a symbol of non-verbal communication. Next, eye contact. Have you ever seen somebody talking through eyes? Of course, we see now and then, isn't it? They talk through their eyes, through the movement of the expression through the eyes. That is also a kind of communication which human beings use, isn't it? Next, through media, that is through pictures, graphics, sound and writing. We also can do the communication through the drawing of pictures, through some graphics or through sound and writing. So we have both. We have two types of communication, verbal communication and non-verbal communication. In verbal communication, we are using our speech, song and the change of tone in the speech. Next, non-verbal communication, we do with the body language, sign language, para-language, through the pictures, through the eye contact and through the touch. In this way, all these things will help you in communicating to the others. This is the most important aspect to understand everyone in the professional growth, because when you are unable to give some information through verbal speech, you can also use the mode of non-verbal speech to communicate. Sometimes it happens, we cannot talk, but we have to communicate to the others. So it's very, very important to learn the non-verbal communication also to utilize it on the emergency grounds. Very, very important. Next, communication is the process by which we understand, in turn, try to be understood by others. So, what do we do through communication? We understand others and we make others understand. That means when others are speaking, we are trying to understand and grasp the input of that information. Again, in turn, we are going to give them the answer to what they have spoke to us. So, it is understanding and making others to understand. Next, communication can be described as interchange of thoughts or ideas. When two friends are sitting together and talking on a topic, they will have different ideas of one particular entity. So what do? You will express your thoughts, your friend will express his thoughts. And on the common platform, you will come to a conclusion that which was more relevant thought, which idea was more suitable. Isn't it? It was exchanging of thoughts and also ideas. Next is referred as sharing of meaning. Isn't it? If somebody asks me some meaning of a word or any such kind of thing, I share my meaning, what I have understood. And maybe other person for the same word, he'll give some other meaning. It depends on one's understanding of the elements. I have my opinion, other have his opinion. So, it is not that both our opinions will match, but it will be helpful in understanding many perspectives. That is the most important element in making the communication better. Next is viewed as creation and transmission of information. Through communication, we create and also transmit the information. We create ideas. We transfer it to others. They also create ideas. They transfer it to us. So, it is mutual. It is a two-way process. You speak, they speak. You express your thoughts, they express your thoughts. Such that you expand your knowledge. You give more exploration towards many elements in different perspectives. In that way, communication is playing major role to expand your knowledge, to gain confidence, to become expertise and also good in the professional growth. Next comes the process of communication includes. Now, what is the process of communication? What does it include? Any kind of communication includes transmission of information. If I want to transfer some information, I will like to communicate to the people who are required that information, who want to know about that information, and who has a purpose to understand about that information. So I am transmitting it to them. Next, ideas. What do? You share your ideas while communication. Emotions. You express your emotions, your feelings towards others when you communicate. Next, skills and knowledge. Of course, communication is the entity which needs listening, reading, speaking and writing skills. And it also expands your knowledge and gives exposure to the world. Next, this is done with the help of how is this made possible? Is it made possible only through the verbal communication? No, it can be possible also through symbols, words, pictures, figures, graphs, drawings and illustrations. Communication is not only possible through the vocal modulations, verbal speech. It can also possible through all these elements such that we can excel in the process of communication skills. Next, just have a look over it. How is the effective communication possible? What are the elements which make your communication effective? Let us now discuss one by one. Written communication. Yes. Can we communicate through written? Yes, of course. Through circulars, through documents, through newspapers, through articles, through stories. Aren't we providing information to others? Aren't we communicating? Yes, of course. We are also communicating through written language. That is written sign language, that which can be happening through newspapers, articles, letters, circulars, stories, journals. All this is written communication. Next, non-verbal communication. We already spoke about this through pictures, graphs, symbols. These are the ways of non-verbal communication. Then comes presentation skills. How is that you are going to present yourself in communicating to others? How is that you are making your body language perfect? How is that you are going to project your attitude? How is that you are going to make your formal presentation? So, concentrate on the presentation skills. This is the most important entity in the communication. You must know where, what, when and how. If you are in a presentation of a professional platform, how is that you are going to present it? In what way? How is that you will cater the needs of that particular presentation? How is that you're making your behavior and attitudes match towards that presentation? All these are the elements which are very, very important to make you a good professional. Next, patient education. What is patient education? Be calm, be patient, be concentrating, try to understand the things. Don't be in a hurry. Try to analyze, calm, have some patience. Before you speak, you listen. Have the habit of listening before you speak. And listen completely what others are saying. To frame true idea, to frame proper idea and the clear idea, it is very important to listen first than to speak. So be patient enough to listen and then give your output according to that. Next, compassion. Compassion is how good you are with others. This comes under your behavioral skills. How you behave, the tone, the voice, the way you speak, the way you project yourself, the way you smile, the way you accept others' mistakes and also try to help them. In the way of your communication, it is shown. So, compassion is also one of the most important element to make effective communication. Next comes cultural awareness. Wherever you stand, whichever place, try to understand the culture of that place and present yourself. If you are going to a professional platform, you cannot dress up in your traditional cultural wear. You have to be formal there. And in your parties, you will not wear a formal, isn't it? You should understand the culture of that particular situation also. Develop your behavior, dressing, everything in the form of that place, time and situation. So, for that, it is very important to understand the culture of that place and project yourself and step forward to make others know about you, saying that he know proper culture, he understand the situation, he is making us understand the proper element or the space of that particular time and the situation. Next, personal connections. Yes, effective communication develops personal connections. How much effective you are, it can be projected in the way of your number of relations you have in the professional elements. So, try to talk to everyone in a very patiently, and also try to make good connections with good speaking and the writing skills. Next, trust. To communicate with others, you must have that trust among yourselves about the same person whom you are talking to. If there is no mutual trust, you cannot convey any information to the other person, or you can make him understand what your thoughts or ideas are making you feel. So, you must for sure have the trust on each other while communicating. Next, verbal communication. As we already know, it is very important to have good verbal communication skills to make your communication effective. Next, active listening. Very important. You must be an active listener before you communicate to the other person, before you give your output of speech. So, listen first. Try to practice listening before you speak. Effective listening skills help you in developing effective speaking skills. So, these are the very, very important things which will cater your needs to become effective communicator. Next, communication. What is the expanse? How expanded the communication is? In what way it is in the broader sense is now going to be discussed. Now, communication is the modus operandi of social and commercial intercourse. For any social relation development, any social interaction, you need communication. Next, which gets the world going. Without communication, nothing is possible. It is the major entity which makes the world move on from one place to the another. Without the communication, there will not be any movement. We will be standing there only and we will not have any proper growth. Next, it is the ability of mankind to communicate across barriers and beyond boundaries. For example, you can see now in this technological advancement and with the scientific inventions, we can talk to the person who is overseas, who is somewhere very far from us, isn't it? That is the power of the communication. So, communication is playing the role in wiping out the barriers of the boundaries from one person to another, from one place to another, and one time to the other. So, communication is expanded in such broader sense. Next, it is the ability of fostering speedy and effective communication around the world. Very, very speedy, very, very effective communication is, which is enabling people to come closer, express their ideas, express their views, and also cater the needs of the societal relations. It also helps in the development of our social relations. As we are all human beings, we are all social beings who need the communication for the moving of our livelihood. So therefore, communication is expanded so broader that is making our lives move very quick. Next is worldwide and truly encompasses human life in all its phases and endeavors. It is the most important entity which is helping in the growth of our lives. Then, it galvanizes action among individuals. It is only through the communication the other person who is equipped with you on a same platform will understand your problems, your concerns, your inventions, your thoughts, your ideas, your expressions, and your movements. If it is not communicated, is it possible? Will the growth happen there? No. We must communicate with each other to understand each other and such that we can work together in the development of our profession. So that is the expansion of the communication. Next, understanding the power of communication is very, very essential. Don't think that I am a very knowledgeable person. I know everything. I don't need to talk to others. There are people who think like that. Of course, you are a knowledgeable person. Of course, you are intelligent. Of course, you have so many ideas which may make new inventions, which may create a boom in the society. But when will that happen? It will happen when you express it out to others. When you expose all your ideas, your feelings, your thoughts, in your inventions to the society. So, you must know the importance of the communication skills for the development of your life. So, therefore, communication is playing very, very vital role in the growth of the human beings. Then, what is the need of communication? Don't you think there is a need? No need? Yes, we all need communication. We all need that social interaction to make us relax, soothe, and also to make us gather the information whatever is needed for the success of our professional and as well as personal growth. Now let us see here information, media and technology skills. Here information literacy, media literacy, ICT. Aren't they all are useful in the communication? Of course, they are all helping you in providing lot of information and also giving you a path towards the communication of one person to the another, one state to the other, one country to the other, and also maybe over and around the world. We are trying to communicate to the each corner of the world only because of the communication, speed of communication. So that is very, very important. So try to communicate. You have many ways of communication. You have verbal, you have non-verbal. So you can develop your skills of interaction, express your thoughts, express your ideas, try to communicate, try to understand, try to expand your knowledge on a common platform such that it will help you in the growth of your profession. Next, the need for communication arises from the need to emote, interact, to express one ideas and to connect. Why do we have to communicate? To emote, to mingle with each other, to interact, to express our ideas and also to connect with each other. May be simple, but it is very, very broader and it has a sense. Of course, without communicating, how will someone know what you want? How will someone know your capacity? How will someone know your ability to do things? Don't stand behind in the group. Try to make your physical appearance as well as your skills exposed to that group. Be unique, be pleasant, be calm, be composed and be formal while communicating. These are all the characteristics which will for sure make you stand unique among the group. It will make you in the development. It will help you in the development of your communication skills. Next, what is the need? Human beings are emotional, so we have to express, isn't it? If we don't express our feelings, we will just burst out. We cannot survive. So we are all emotional. It is very important to have proper relation with the other person and also express your thoughts, communicate and also understand each other to make the life move on and to make the life possible on this earth. Next, they are intelligent and have brain power. Of course, all human beings are intelligent. All human beings have good power. But there is always this but which will make you different from others. And what is that? Good communication skills. Maintaining good relations with the other people. Having social relations, social connections. Maybe it can be in a formal way or the informal way. So, communication plays very, very important role in every individual's life. Next, in order to give meaningful expression to their creativity, of course, if you want to give expression to your creativity, you have to express it out. If you keep yourself in your heart, whatever you feel, whatever you express, then there is no sense of it. You have to express only when your ideas will take shape and you will be projected, you will be exposed to the society. Now, evolution of communication skills. When, where, how. Can you see this picture? Evolution. First, man has invented fire. Then through letters. Then through internet. Then through laptop. Now, many advancements. Wi-Fi. Isn't it? Evolution was drastic. From sending a letter through a bird. Then post office. Then through mails. Now, through many means. Cell phones, smartphones, these. Evolution has become more broader. Isn't it? Which is enhancing the abilities. Which is improving the abilities of the human beings. So, this communication is the most important entity which is making the process of living easier day to day. Next, as it progressed, this fascinating journey, man learned to interpret sounds, understand actions and use gesticulations. That means as the days are moving on, man has become more intelligent. We have started communication through sounds, communication through actions and our gestures. Then the spoken word added a new dimension to the world of learning. Therefore, speaking skills is playing very, very vital role in making our communication skills effective. So, therefore, through sages and saints of the yoke, learn to pass sacred verses through books. Many things are learned through the communication. Books are also a way of communication. They have taught us, they have explained us about the past events. They have explained us about the situations happened in the past and that can be corrected in the present and make it better for the future world. Therefore, it is very important entity to make the survival more possible. Now, the printing machine. Evolution of the printing machine is also one of the most important invention which happened in the roots of the communication. The first invention of the printing machine has created a boom of communication, and till date, through newspapers, through articles, through journals, through write-ups, through stories, through fiction, through drama, we are able to communicate to many generations from the past and also able to convey it to our future. Therefore, the evolution of communication was very, very broader, and it has expanded in a many innovative ways. Next, impact of technology. Now, the boom of technology, the impact of technology, how was it on the communication? There are 7 C's of communication now. That is the impact of the technology which has been created. What is that? Clarity. Communication gives clarity of the events, issues, or any other context which one has to know or one has to learn about. Next, completeness. When you express and when the other person understands it and re-answers it to you. There is a completeness to the point which you are speaking or which you are talking about. Next, conciseness. Concise is confining, restricting, briefing your connection with the other. Next, concreteness. Concreteness is strength. The ability to stand up can be fetched through the communication skills. Next, courtesy. The respect, the formal behavior, the attitude, the expression, the feeling, the emotion, all through comes with the courtesy and your attitude. Next, correctness. Is it right? Whatever I have heard? Is it possible? That which is happened? How true it is? That which has happened between us or between organization or over the world? That is correctness. Be clear. Be evidential in the plan of learning. Project the evidences when you communicate some relevant and some important information. Always add statistical evidence to your way of communication to project yourself right and also make it effective in making others know about the impact of the information which created. Next, consider. Consider all the elements. Consider the relationship of you with the other. Understand, if he is a professional, how is that you are going to talk? If he is your neighbor, how is that you are going to communicate? If he is your friend, how is that you are going to behave with him? If it is your family member, is that okay? Right. These are all the 7 C's which will help you in expanding your knowledge and making your communication skills more and more effective. Now, see this impact of technology. Just try to interpret or analyze this picture. Sketching through art. This is technology, engineering. Then this is editing through books, through scientific advancements, through the net, through the wider reading sense, then through the calculators, over the globe, through the new advancements, everything. Impact of technology is over education, over the professional growth, over every entity which is surrounded around us. It is mastering. It is supervising all the elements around us. That is the role played by the communication. So, being professionals in the future and very soon, try to have master over the communication skills. Try to be formal, try to be specific, try to understand analyze and interpret in a very sensitive and logical manner. That will surely make you stand unique and one among many others. Now, as we already discussed, communication is a process where information is enclosed to the other person and which is understood by others, and you will make others also to understand. You will have a sender, that is the person who is sending the message, and the message, and a decoder. What is the communication process? What are the elements which are imbibed in the communication? We will see now in the process of communication. Now, what are the common elements which are integrated in the communication process? One is sender, that means the person who is giving the information. Then encoding of a message by the other person, that means we will understand and we will encode the message and take in the message. Next, selecting of a channel of communication. Now, what is your channel? Is it through phone? Is it that you are directly talking to him? Is it through a letter? Anyways, what is the means of your communication? Next, receipt of message by the receiver. That means when you send a message, the other person should understand it and respond. That is, he should give a receipt. That means he should in turn answer or respond of whatever he has understood from your message. Next, decoding the message. That means taking input of that message which was rendered to you by somebody else. This is the process of the communication. Now we can see message is the important entity between two people. Here encoding and the decoding. Once it is decoded here, again he will be answering you in the form of feedback and that will be decoded by you. So this is the circular process which happens, encoding and decoding of a message, and also ends through a feedback or a conclusion. So here I would like to conclude saying that communication is the most important entity, important process which every human being has to learn. It can be any language, but try to communicate either the way of verbal language or the non-verbal language. Only the communication will make the survival of the human beings move forward. So, try to make good, effective communication skills and grow in your professional lives. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.